Mindset Over Bullshit is a self-help podcast published by Kendrick Avant and designed to help people see their value through the power of gratitude journaling.
2, 4, 6, 8. Let's drink and smoke and celebrate.
I am so fired up today because number one, and not only is it November 1st, we're starting off with like a whole new slate, but number one, November 1st is Extra Mile Day. So that means every time you get tired, you can just think to yourself, I'm going to go a little bit harder. I'm going to get that extra mile in today, the extra stretch, the extra smoke, the extra sip. Today you go an extra mile. Then number two, November 1st kicks off Medical Cannabis Week. Hell yeah. And y'all already know how much of a fan I am for medical cannabis to be used as a way to treat your multiple sclerosis. And then finally, the entire month of November, Thanksgiving included, is Family Stories Month. That means every time somebody gets around you, every time you hop on the phone, anytime you're writing out your blog, doing your gratitude stories, you can just remember to yourself, oh shit, it is Family Stories Month. So I can have fun and actually tell the story. Don't worry about hurting their feelings. This is your story. Family Stories Month, Medical Cannabis Week, and then Extra Mile Day.
Whoa, look!
That ain't no bird.
Damn sure can't be a plane.
It's the little homie in a wheelchair sharing secrets, Maine.
The MS tip I gotta brag about today, and that's because it is Medical Cannabis Week, is going to be those moon rocks. That's when you take the cannabis and you're pressing it until it turns into a liquid. You drip that into some keef, I believe it is. Roll that back into the high-grade cannabis and you end up having balls. I'm not so high that I get paranoid and that I start seeing shit. But damn it, when I normally smoke, the high will last about 1 to 2 hours. The moon rocks, oh, I was high as hell for 4. Good shit.
The MS Diary is a daily vlog about my personal shit.
MS Diary for Wednesday, November 1st. And my goal today, I got a bunch of stuff I want to get knocked off because it's the beginning of the month. But
It sure is.
I want to get my side of the bedroom cleaned up. I got way too much shit everywhere. I can't even hardly wheel through on my wheelchair.
Well done.
Number two, I know I've told y'all this several times before, but I got to get back into my yoga, back into my exercise routine. This once upon a time was my favorite shirt, purchased by my oldest daughter, a Dunder Mifflin shirt because I love Office so much. Dog, this thing's so tight around my stomach now, I just feel like I have ballooned up. And I know my stomach is swollen up and I've got some bloating issues and everything else, but I got to work on that. So I want to get my side of the spot cleaned up. I want to get back on my yoga, exercise, working out. I'm also motivated by that, and you can use this too, because my wife says, November 1st, I'm going to jump on it. I'm going to start doing my yoga. I'm going to start eating less and doing yah. Dog, that's a challenge to you, boy. That's a challenge to me. How dare you say you're going to step your wellness up with me?
Challenge accepted.
You can step it up with me in conjunction. But don't try to challenge me. Don't try to challenge me. I'm on this shit today. Today, November 1st, time to take off with my wellness.
King's news is the news story so interesting that I stopped scrolling through my phone. I actually read the article.
The King's news story is a story about police and how wrong they have done this family down in Mississippi. I could do a King's news story on how fucked up the police do us and do black or brown people every single day. But that shit would make my own mind go down. I would get caught up in the bullshit my damn self and just have bad energy and be a raggedy dad and all types of emotions everywhere. But the way this story goes is in Mississippi, Betterson Wade tells her son, 37-year-old Dexter, hey, I'll see you in a little while. and her son Dexter leaves the house, walks out. He's 37 years old. Less than an hour later, he is run over by the police, and they did not tell her that they ran him over. Instead, they kept taking her calls about a missing son, kept saying that they were looking for him, when in reality, after they ran him over, the poor man died. And then they hid the fact by burying him in a penal burial ground. That means they're burying him somewhere for prisoners and they don't have anybody to claim him. He's just no headstone, just the number 679. And she just found out. That's fucked up.
And now, without further ado,
3 of my own gratitude stories. What I wrote about to keep my mindset over bullshit.
Yo, you know this is the Mindset Over Bullshit University podcast. I'm your host, Kendrick Avant, and the star of the episode is coming up. No, not me. I'm not the star. This gratitude journal is the star. You can catch this particular gratitude journal, a gratitude journal for wheelchair users. I got it on Amazon. You can just go to kendrickavant.com and follow the links to get it right there. But let me get into gratitude number 1. I got 4 for y'all today. I'm always telling y'all, there's easy gratitudes, there's cheesy gratitudes. You can write 3, you can write 5. Sometimes I've written as much as 10 or 11 in one night, because the whole point of this self-help, the whole point to get your mindset over all the bullshit that we put up with, from the wheelchairs and the symptoms and the spasms and the seizures and everything else, the kids, all that shit, is to just settle down, get your gratitude journal, and write the story of what's going good around you. It's the best way to give yourself some self-help. Let me get into gratitude number 1.
Oh my God! I'm gorgeous!
Gratitude number 1. So my in-laws, my mother-in-law, and my father-in-law sent me some socks. Not just any socks. It's these ultra comfortable socks. They're knee-high socks. I need to have the socks because if my feet get cold, the rest of my body is cold. They sent me 6 of these rascals, and I got them to match all sorts of pajamas. Let me read exactly what I wrote about in my gratitude journal. I got new socks from the in-laws that filled up my bucket because somebody was thinking about me. They had to put thought into sending it here because it got here the day before my birthday. And it's the only physical gift that I got. My mama sent me some money. My wife hooked up the house and got everything ready with the alcohol. My brother got me some moon rocks. That would be a physical gift. True that. The moon rocks would be a physical gift. But these new socks are going to take me to another level. Number 1, I'm going to have matching socks they give with the pajamas. And number 2, it is the knee-high socks. And if you are in a wheelchair, if you're taking care of somebody in a wheelchair, the knee-high socks are better for me because they don't come off the foot nearly as much as the footies do and the ankle socks and everything else. Put these knee-high socks on, they're not going anywhere. And these knee-high socks are the softest, most plush feeling of socks that I have ever felt. I have the compression socks, but these knee-highs right here, oh man, these are just pure softness on my feet. 1,000 thank yous to the in-laws. Did you really think I would do all that talking about these specialized socks that are so soft and come up to the knees and not show you? This is them. And there were 6 pair in here. And the socks come out with styles like this. So I got some black and pink pajamas. Of course I got some gray pajamas. And that's just 2. Remote trash cans are just what a wheelchair user needs. Gratitude story number 2. So I was telling y'all this weekend about how crunk I was about using that very first bidet. Bidet changed my life, man. If you're in a wheelchair, get the bidet. And I looked up bidets, been looking up bidets all weekend. I have found a bunch of affordable bidets. That's what the gratitude is. The bidet is so affordable. My brother has said he will install that rascal for me. Now, my wife does not want the bidet in the house at all. She says she doesn't want it in our master bedroom. She's not going to use it. She is not down for anything messing with her booty. But that bidet is the shit. Number one, you use less toilet paper. I thought I would use a whole bunch of toilet paper with that bidet. No, you actually end up using less toilet paper. Number two, that bidet means there is less work for me. Y'all know if you're in a wheelchair how hard it is to try to balance yourself, toe onto the wall, and try to wipe and everything else. Oh, so much less work when you have a bidet to wash some of that shit off, literally. And then since you're using up less toilet paper, less work. And the last thing, or the last two things, you're going to get clean. That is a feeling within itself, makes you feel better. And you are safer. So much safer because you're not doing nearly as much rocking, trying to balance yourself and wipe and everything else. That bidet is affordable. I'm talking 20, 30 bucks. And I've seen some that go over 30, but those have all type of wild out features. To get the basic ones, $20 or $30. That's like the one my brother has at his house. It is on.
Yo, real talk. Anybody this grateful got to be nasty.
Gratitude story number 3. So I found a safer way to get out the shower. I've been struggling when I get out the shower because when I get out, I make it back to the wheelchair and then I'm spasming, my legs are going so much. Sometimes I'll fall into the wheelchair. I'm getting real close to falling. What I have found out is that when I get in the wheelchair, if I pull my left leg in over the the sharp part of the shower where you have to step over, if I pull my left leg into the chair over that, I have a whole lot less spasms, not nearly as much falling. That is going to make a big difference. Grateful for finding that out. Use the left foot. And I gotta write this shit out the way I remember when I take my shower today. Gratitude story number 4. Biggest one. It is November 1st. Today starts my new health insurance. I got health insurance with something called Community Health. Got it through the Affordable Care Act. I'm paying $75 because they have a free, not free, they have a no charge monthly premium. But I got the $75 one because I like my primary care physician that much. I like my neurologist that much, and she's like an hour drive away. But because this is the first plan that I could find in the Affordable Care Act, and that they actually accepted, and I could afford it, I had to jump on it. And my insurance starts up today. That means the insurance with the wife starts up today, so she can go ahead on and she can take care of what she needs to take care of. I got my oldest daughter hooked up with it. Take care of what she needs to take care of. And the other 3 kids, I got to put their ass on Medicaid. But the insurance kicks off today. I cannot wait. There are some things I got to take care of. No, I'm not big into taking pills or going back and forth to the doctor. But I got to go on Thursday so I can get the modifications and accommodations for my job. You know, those ADA disability modifications and accommodations, stuff like extra breaks, extra time, you need to do whatever. Got to get that shit done. Paid for it. It starts up today, November 1st. Yes.
MS exhaustion is so real.
Kendrick, wake up!
1,000 thank yous for swanging and banging with the Mindset Over Bullshit University podcast. Remember, I'm your boy Kendrick Avant, and I'm here every day. Not every day.
Nope.
I want to be here Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Release time will be about 11 o'clock. And the whole point of this podcast is to help people in wheelchairs, people with the chronic illness, dealing with all of these symptoms. Get your mind off of the bullshit. Get it above overthinking the bullshit you are going through. You don't look like what you're going through. See y'all on Friday.